Hello, good morning, Western Region. Good morning, Ahanta. And good morning, Ghana. Here is West Coast TV. Today happens to be the 20th of October in the year of our Lord. And this is our morning show transmitting live from Aguna Kwanta in the ADB building. My name is Richard. I've been tuned this morning. Welcome on board to a very exciting and informed and inspired show transmitting from the coast. In Tanape, baby, I let you in Biano, Yamakwaba Kesepa Deba. How was the weekend? Weekend no call then. There were a lot of programs, activities, and all. And I know that I could when you are. My people will say in a day Kizile, and it took Kizile, they are na yele da penny in a yeshetwa. And so energy it was wrong. And yan hangover there, okay, about modela. A pet the bena, a fire more canina, each no jazz. Me, ye do my yazume, and a man, ye do my yazume Ghana. Money in there, one name Wazi, and my able guys are here. Jemima, Ando, Empresses are a worky, also like Cosmos and Sun is also a worky. One ma Mudamo na Mkomba the quote for the day, motivational quote for the day, Jemima cover come out. And I'll tell you one name, ma your war, your va your mouse. So wherever you are watching us from, if you are watching us from the Kabila via Facebook and YouTube, yeah, just like, comment, and share. Ma show ye interactive na ye mwa ye li income. Mtu amunka ameba de bela kese tu. So welcome back. In the Anope, we'll be looking at a lot of issues here. So the show is fully packed this morning. And Anope, over the weekend, there was some donation butre for butre asama crop victims. So we'll go through, and guys were there, and see eventually some will leave items at Nadmufo. What they Emma or Asemco and a butre or victims, the maso, and I will be looking at KillNet issues. Yoko has released a presser, so we'll be also looking at KillNet. Then agenda 111 focus will be on Bokro, what is happening, whether the government has a political will to make it the Obabwa na. What the next is alcohol. Now, what shall I say? The Wally Jumana, then the newspaper, and so yeah. When the politicians, what's not for will be looking at a number of issues. Chief among them, Mahama China deal. So Mahama's China deal, will be looking at whether it will be in the best interest for this country, as well as Ghana for necessary. The big question is that. In fact, is it a form of brain drain and had a and now one carry another professional woman what you more, and people are also asking that. In fact, you to me absorb when nurses and what is the patient to nurse ratio ni no ewa high be me call Jemima wana no pay na nkwanshen sema or hono Jemima yaba ma ya na wane na wane yaba be ya da Yaboko, Jemima.
Hello, sir.
Aboko, I want to so on your pocket.
I'm very well. Also, I like your suit.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
Yeah.
I'm like a
nice. Yeah, you look good in it. Cause why? Well, we're a suit, Yana. Anyways, today is Monday as usual. Most people don't like Mondays, and we would ask why. It's a no for you.
Before then, how was the weekend?
Oh, my weekend. Near where you been engaged more. Yeah, man, Saturday near man more tea.
Mami's a Cosmos, yeah. Cosmos. Weekend, how did it go? I'm sure for you, maybe one part where Kotoko lost to that of Casablanca. In fact, some of us in the other side may going into this game, even though Namizike Sayasima Kotoko, but I was expecting more than goals more eagerly because I want Kotoko Beke Yuko and I can make that a record of 6-1 more. These same people. But ma'am, before then, Mama Rufuke, therefore has to folk over the period remains the only club of global this particular team in.
Okay, so Hartford is equally the only club more clubby Bowrabaham as a Bowrabana.
So the last
Bowrabana.
No, they scored 6-1.
6-1.
Yeah.
Intimate for Bequincy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. So although Kotoko game me over the weekend meet teams too. Okoyel the air quiet.
Mama, you want?
Ma'am, Hamamaka. A bany our Frobe team, Mahon email our Frobe team. The one more, but we're looking. Kotoko be Lucy, Yakame, but then they come out that kind. Going into Africa, Kotoko facing where that day. Yeah, expectation like Sbourai.
Okay.
And even one goal, Dema, to some extent, say, Kake, the end. Just that a game in mobile, it appears come the any you opponent too much because they were not so good and like a better team than Kotoko. It's unfortunate, but Rabbit take better chances. And Alhaji Karim goes at the American like a ball, the goal in Africa. I will ball a medal. 3 points, I get it closer to it.
But the return leg was Morocco.
Nake Utonwa Zikipo one. And this North Africans, they come out before you can start them kind. It appears by Gale with a game plan more. Babaka Bura, because basically back in his Bura. Into Kotoko, even Bobo Bolly, basically, oh, me, only you were okay.
Yes.
I mean, a cocken near Cray hold the bar. The Bura, which one with them and forget it. Just that Bolly, I can't care, Monaco, Sako, Saboka, but as ke leisure da ke baba bela nti over the weekend in the footballing world me weekend baba.
Okay, Empress, I don't know whether you're a fan of football, but if not, you have fire call.
I'm a fan of football, but not Kotoko.
Not Kotoko, but the team
House of Folk. Not Man U. Yes, House of Folk.
And Barcelona and Chelsea. Some sort of mismatch to work in the back.
Come, Bale support Chelsea.
Now, to me, I support Chelsea. What is wrong with that?
Sometimes I wonder.
Anyway.
Empress, fire for you doing.
In my name, Kake, some of us, ye Mondays cry. We hate Mondays, and because of keeping a Friday, Saturday. Friday, Saturday I will do, Sunday I will do. Now Monday, maybe I hold the cabbage. Come on, say can you make some headache being on until you hate Mondays. What that I'm saying, care. Don't let Mondays slow you down. Let it set you up. Until maybe and zone. Whatever you are planning, you've planned to do this weekend. You might see and some headache be and like problems be over the weekend until. You are going to slow down. No, it's a no. You just have to let today set you up. And always remember, great things in the week, great things always are mostly starts on Monday. Until let today be another day more. You set yourself up and get going. So say.
So this is from Empress. So what she's saying is that no matter what happened during the weekend, you just need to pick up your shoes, put on your clothes, and get out there and tell yourself that hey, you will make it. Into 9 morning, no matter the situation. Monday brings in fresh air, fresh energy, and everything, and to just get refuel yourself and move on. Until the quote for the day coming from. The ever-present Empress Jemima Ando. So in our name, quickly, let's look at your topic. Then Cosmos. In our name, first of all, let's start with the National Science and Math Quiz. It's the 2025 edition is coming off.
Yes, it's starting.
It's starting there.
Yes.
And let's start from give us the breakdown in terms of participating schools, especially from the Ahanta West. Now let's zoom into the region proper. You look more what we'll do first.
Okay, so this year, the only school from Ahanta West more participate in the National Science and Maths Quiz today. The only boys school in Ahanta West, St. Mary's Boys.
Now boys school is like Kokopala.
Yeah, maybe the only.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Boys school me Ahanta West. Yeah, kaka and that. In general,
oh,
you can get GSTS in St. John's, but in Ahanta West, it is St. Mary's Boys. But the only school more participating from Ahanta West this year was National Science and Maths Quiz. So this year, let me look at the dates for National Science and Maths Quiz in general. So prelims may start in. See, I can prelims here. I can get we have 27 seeded schools. More but now. Where they come here, some playoff bay, also prelims, also 27 schools. And within that 27 schools, we have 2 Western Region schools, Mede, St. John's, and GSTS. More they are part of, also 27 the whole Ghana, 27 more, but the senior schools. In there, the St. John's and GSTS, the one that is going to be started till 24th of this month, into Bobo here. But move to the next stage, maybe 1/8 stage here. I can hear GSTS, Momon, Benny St. John's. They will enter the stage, and the 1/8 stage will start from 26th to 28th of this month. And Sana quarterfinal, so 30th to 1st of November. And Sana semi-final, the 3rd of November. Then grand finale, the 6th of November. And these are the dates for the competition in one. Now, after the prelims here, Western Region schools more be participating. We have Adiambra Secondary School, we have Hantaman girls, we have Archbishop Potter girls, we have Fiaseman, we have Seko, we have Shaman, we have St. Mary's, and we have Tasco. Tasco.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I say it's another Tasco.
Tasco.
So Tasco.
Yes.
Carpe diem.
Yes.
Seize the opportunity.
I seriously love. I think you made me like be moto.
Yeah.
Because in JHS, music school be moto. Then about that, there's something called Capedium. They have a magazine, then do stuff. Yes, I really like it.
I'm sure Tasco is one of the senior high schools more about Western Region, all students about Wapa.
Tasco what Tasco.
Oh yeah.
So the probability care most of them will go to UMass and get into the engineering field.
Exactly.
It's understandable.
But let's come to Hunter West. We have only St. Mary's boys.
But it's so sad because there was a year more we had even our youngest secondary school was in the competition. Medicine Grow.
So I think prelims here, Basra.
Yes,
and everybody has the opportunity to partake in the prelims.
No, the prelims say the regional qualification. Yeah, boko prelims here. Minimum bohole regional contest. Minimum but you certain stage be already. Inti Bedibunso is not participating because bohole regional competition. But treat the qualification more or national level.
Okay. So I think the major problem that has to do with most of your schools, especially Bedibunso and Sanko, the inability to qualify. The regional prelims has to do with investment.
Yes.
In fact, over the years, we've not had proper investment into the whole science and math quiz by this school. For St. Mary's, I'm sure they are doing well. And as the free SHS, sometimes it does not help the school more of this internally generated funds to support some of these things.
Yes.
So these big schools that we see them, in fact, the science and math quiz is being sponsored by their own students.
Yes.
But in a part of the world, they will not have that investment, we've not had that commitment from the old student. In fact, you need a lot would have to go into for what I've heard from some of these schools. But these teachers more they prepare students. The sacrifices they give in these materials, resource materials more just to help prepare work. Like they don't have them. So at the end of the day, they are unable to prepare them. But there's one school here more. In fact, it was also friendly contest. Yeah, in my they can even use the bell.
Bell more.
I think that one of them, the speed race also, they had not seen also bell. So, but
bell quiz man.
Maybe you have to press it so it sounds then the chance is given to you. So we need to expose our students to all these things, but the resources are not readily available.
Okay, so the come I had the colleague be more mom yearly program. So before Mam Kodo this
yeah.
Accra, the National Science and Maths Quiz, it's mostly Scampala in the free SHS era. It's mostly sponsored by all students. And there's a flyer more in Mary's boys, all students, but yeah, soliciting for
so they are soliciting for support for
all students,
for both students
to
and
help
individuals,
them. Yes, to help them. Number they come and my colleague be I think Eholi Opokua, and he told me there were a whole system more and resources are pumped into that system. Correct by form one based on a grade. Ni certain exams be more by my back na day. But we are never your own work, then they start attending to more cry, special from normal student you. Even the kakuma bada, back camp be even vacation be okaba camp be anybody udo. And if students be a local udo during vacation here, it means ke school year it take yes, start because school is
the school is not in session.
Yes, so close down. Indeed, for us, yes, schools to get to that stage, even performing well at the regional level, they come out the resources in it. Amazon, okay, yeah, doing case come, but there's a competition more. I'm sure you pay a partake. Indeed, yeah, doing a partake. What then is needed to help participating schools? The needed thing resources. Resources it's true the old student and like is an internally generated funds here but so yes schools they will have to have a proper plan for the national science. Just like how more schools is Kampala because football nowadays. But Shadala will push certain resources into the football teams nowadays. Into the national science and maths they come out time. Our schools are not performing simply because we've not had a proper plan for it, and the resources is that too much. I'm mom the campaign. The only school in the Hunter West may participate this in Mary's.
So you are an old student of St. Mary's, and I've seen to pay the flyer that MC I'm a bit dance. They are soliciting for support. So let's use our medium to tell all students more really St. Mary's boys.
They well wishes. If you okay, yeah, St. Mary's, but once more St. Mary's school. It is the only school in a Hunter West may participate. But
I've seen the 1984 year group, the 2004, 2006, and 1996 year groups. They have made significant contribution towards it.
Yes.
Your year group,
my year group is 2014.
Have you guys made contribution? So personally, have you made contribution? When are you intend to? When do you intend to make your contribution? This should be rhetorical question.
Sure.
But Mamara, Empress, Kenny, Empress, your school, I know, Bedibos is senior high technical school. In fact, I spoke to one teacher. Then he tells me, "Okay, if Benya funding for next year, the crop of students will be receiving. They can shock Western region and
it those days here kakeo school me akonkem many good.
Yes,
schools mobile okay. The mwakra be good oh.
Yes.
They are very good. Benya de kama kan. Abieze le kwalo quiz ma bela kan ke apakaten da press bell chin. Mezike say empress ibo juzo a befo betan empress ezo. Then empress answer. But you more Richard Ozua, then it the what there. It's not like but for question take. Mobile mark or can answer and press a particular bell. Indeed, there are a lot of anymore it have to go into and more cry. Some of them coming from the rural and underprivileged communities. They are not used to some of these things. Resources more to make sure que policy and work right. Then they will perform. My mom them I believe can work right. St. Mary's boys, Bedibonso Sangro School. If you have a resources, they will perform.
So in fact, our schools need the resources to get to the highest level. I'm sure we all know the bragging right that comes with this whole quiz, and it has a way of selling your school to those who might have not heard about your school. And to let us put energy, and I support the initiative by the whole student to solicit for support for this year's group members St. Mary's. Now, let me go to Empress. Empress, you are an old student of Bedibos Senior High Technical School, and over that period, you've shown our great love for the school. In fact, and as we've all said, it's because we've not given much attention to the quiz at Bedibos. As an old student.
Thank you so much. But I think was it last year or last 2 years or last 3 years?
Last 3 years.
Yes, and not just mistakes. 3 schools mobile Kimwa.
Hey, see, being an old student from Bedibonso, come Samuel, most of the old students, okay, Justice Bedu. In fact, old students me as on pa na cause money I can fancy. Muami Bekenya. Never heard about ye. Yasheba nkran na nwokle ba horo ba ye. Me scample away they be more kind. I think say if we are able to come on board, old students, not only planning for a kind of innovation, renovation, like be an infrastructure based school in here, but say old students who year, I think I handle you could was more me you can support it and I can advise you can work about okay. Say if St. Mary's this year, both you can there. Many of you read training can you my next year. I'm your son, Bedibon, so see a class, yeah, my dear Clay could be. Nah, in the old students, yeah, I think my St. Mary's boys, old students, old boys, it's a good initiative, more well, Vim Balamo crying. I'm your so old students of Bedibon, so a Clay, yeah, it will help. Not in any
So that is from Jemima. Jemima is an old student of Bedibonso Senior High Technical School. And so all students in more. Now let's have your comment on the comment section. The Royals, see the Boscans, the Royals. And let me take this opportunity to wish my alma mater, Takwa Senior High School. I'm wish you well. And I'm sure
they are in the third contest.
Yes.
The first, second, third.
Yes. this year local. I don't think this one should be developed. Sometimes we want to look at other areas. Say we want to concentrate on the Diezumale more and games. But when it comes to the quiz, I believe we had everything more okay for you. You know, I mean, we might not come out with a flyer solicited for fun, but we know how we get our money. And we ever ready, your students, we ever ready to support Abiola. So the schools that are representing Western region, especially St. Mary's Boys.
The schools mobile and that's Archbishop Potter girls.
Yes. Then Yeva Yemolma, Takwama, now more. And so we said everything will start today, right?
Yes.
Right.
In one
Me
shock. Most often the contest starts from 9. To me shock and one by 9 they will start it.
Okay, and that's by way of the National Science and Math quiz. Over the weekend there was a donation by NADMO Ahanta West. There was some sort of disturbances or Asamco or it happened between Asamco and Buthrema. But the Asamco they felt the heat more. And NADMO, when it comes to supporting many, how they made they come in with relief items and other stuff. And over the weekend, there was donation that were made to support those who were displaced and care. And Cosmos Ansa was with the team, so he will bring us up to speed what really happened. The items more NADMO Beshele Cosmos.
So Rich, on Friday, NADMO boss made the Kim Ata. Emmanuel Nyani NADMO benya some items be from Yamame Mbembeni Mobo Agono the market ke Belina Bavoma Minmobo ewo wudro ne Asamko incident may happening, so we had to be with them. And nyeni mo Yamame mo baba actually NADMO mine. Come Friday and Friday the time mo nyeni around 4. Nunumela ye dulia because they are perishables me it will more. You want doba, your tomatoes, your zana day, and that day being Friday, they had to make sure okay, be clear okay, and sana your whole weekend. Indeed, nunuma around I think some few minutes after 5, settle off from assembly premises keke. Yele items no burger, your oluwo no more, your ezawo no more, your tomatoes no more, your ndoba, your other banchine zero ne ntale na adi mo awo no. Then the first trip ye holi odru. Abieke is a camera intimo odru because ye can the issue may happen, the displacement here it happen or Asamco. Let's not forget ke amade ye nimo in one hand won asin ye can nimo one hand ye bi mo nyamene it to celebrate through that unfortunate incident it you drew and nikunu so the family man e wo nwokura ni men mo be depend we so nti NADMO man they thought it twice care some of the items should be sent to them ti ye holo drew be receive the kama e wo drew ahimfie then they accepted the items from there ye hole ampata no na empata ni oduru empata ni rate sadanzi na say ye kan ozo asem konye oduru issue ya it the news but when you get closer to them when you get to asem kotwenu scampala when you get to a place more those who are displaced they are organized then you see them care these are people more bending the kada because of what has happened over Chumwana. That's when you appreciate the reality of the issue may happen with asem kwa. Right, you do nunuma around 9. Now the sort of minimum money, the number of minimum money bow patano more bozon asamko. Ye bazuko patano chunga in Nukania simply because as a chunga coffee. Amadani. Aha, my poor mampa, I come patano. Amadani. Bozuko, Amadani, Maya. let's give us the video of what's happened Kenny and our number of many more Kenny more they've been displayed here. You appreciate the issue very well. And you do before me could you care, but very care there are some relief items labor. So they should organize themselves. You got there, they organize themselves now. Right.
So that is Ampatano.
Yes. Amadani.
Amadani.
Now you need to me a lock me ever holy. Udro ye holy Amadani ye holy. The other places see. Ye Valezan Kupo, ye via money. Amadani Maya.
Actually, true. So I was about asking, okay, whether you my holy, didn't you more? I can say true.
Debbie. Because I can number. I can number for a crowd.
If you are company, if you are Adua,
they wouldn't be.
The Nadmo,
yes, Nadmo boss
for the Hunter West, Mr. Kenata,
yes,
and he may eating there, and Mama Yedi.
Ampatano, Funko, and Adra. Every hour, a new component Bokro, what was in Lama Abro, I'm ready. Catch and a jay, a Dumanu Yemi, and a Canta, Yabatama, Bia, Washington. Bosom, if we have nominal, if you are Funko, if you are company, if you are Adua. I am to Munko now, and I'm on Chuno. In Crabasa, Osi and another than there, and Patano, Funko, and Ampatano, Funko, and Adra. Every hour, a new component Bokro, what I was in Lama Abro, I'm ready. Catch and a jay, a Dumanu Yemi, and a Canta. Yabatama, Bia, Washington. Bosom, if we have nominal, if you are Funko, if you are company, if you are Adua. I am to Munko now, and I'm on Chuno. In Crabasa, Osi and another than there, and Patano, Funko, and Ampatano, Funko, and Adra. Every hour, a new component Bokro, what I was in Lama Abro, I'm ready. Catch and a jay, a Dumanu Yemi, and a Canta, Yabatama, Bia, Washington. Bosom, if we have nominal, if you are Funko, if you are company, if you are Adua. I am to Munko now.
Kenata, the Nadmo boss for Hunter at West. So Cosmos, per what we just saw, the crowd in ADs.
Oh yes. Hey, you can't get they say you pictures here.
Okay.
Took some pictures here.
Okay.
Hey, video can't get video. You need to get closer to it to get a voice. But picture you holy mother you do minimum be jikeni more. In the number more be jikeni more better you appreciate and around 10 more your amada ni chunwe no kene more jiken baba basaba overcome more but the one corner be and that's a coastal community. The one year earlier inside more it come out some sort of warm bear. You can just imagine what these kids are going through. Rich, they come honey. If
so on your shot today, many more. So
yes,
more the many more the better.
Yes, more it's comparable to Amadani.
No, so more the Amadani cotton.
Yes,
so you can imagine those who have gone to Bokro. Funko.
I be a case a care. Care when you want a case every day. Corporate.
Asam Koma.
You do kenny. Amadani majinjiko. But they are behind, like, but my distance, begin the car. You be clear what is happening between Amir and the minimum of Bahazuko. So it's not like Amadani.
So literally all these people are patching.
Yes. Some of them are like community centers, some of them are uncompleted building.
Whoa.
Yes.
I'm sure we should have a serious campaign for support for Assam Command.
Yes.
But in Wakulapo, you can imagine, but only school is school,
man. I'm even told the school me will draw. pull by whole school. Oh, drew man, nothing happened. Okay, we pull by whole school. Now, come mama, I was some call now. Aqua, Amadane, are you like Alonco with school? Look at that school, and I care. No, there was one thing why I said some time ago, okay, I'm here, we are even looking at physically what is happening to them. Now, just imagine, mo cry, they make a labetino because Bonka Bauduma Bellium Bedem, age back. From now to time, the sort of image more a labetinis campaign. Until we cry, even if they enter classrooms, Belenia Tilly. More define put bank below Somalia.
And I think the Ghana Education Service for this case would have to get counselors for them.
Oh yes.
We need to put them through counseling sessions.
Oh yeah.
So that at
least made the ideal thing more. We all think it should happen, but Ghana your way. If it doesn't happen, any care one it too much.
So yeah, my memo around the market.
Yes.
But more Benny and I can so I'm sure institutions, corporate bodies, individuals can also come on board.
Oh yes.
Now,
why a particular thing as in Agonamie you quite me working. That's what's coming from there. Until you can look at an institution be the banks more okay. Menadi about us about crack a year because support here. And any Ujapuma de will do. Say Bioka or Banch Kodoku Merkra, Nasa Fikeo, Mokwanasa call Nadmuma back a true Nadmuma, you would be able to get to many more the Benny be mobile or this kind of condition. But club it there, me a shock. Mampo, the one thing more may advocate so much about my melody girl. Imagine this situation being a girl could can't girl Yazika being a girl could one bear. But that's better than Jevlimu. When you got there, they told us care. Name watching Eleni, and they told us care born here, name my Benya Begenio. This is how they are feeding now. Before, whenever the Bobella and Mobile Cobo Jevlin, Scamper Benny BNT, Eleni Bar, number one bomb, say genuine Bubaka my baden. Bob will have a what's happening on one day.
Empress. The pictures more the video by the NADMO boss addressing some comma when they met them or Amedane. What is your take?
Okay. Now, you live on Lieva, Nasiema, many more. You will almost of any member donative Amadane and a Casam combo Amadane. Never associate NADMO because Bobo Juma Pa. Now, Tama. Static micro video mukamu nke okay mo anti si buyer the buyer him o se manade
Oluwo Brumbuni.
Yes.
Anti
si buyer.
Why you rock and the ampatan the amadan ya alo
anti si buyer. Anti si buyer we no man friend Malayas pa because she's done very well.
Yes, many colleagues here but make you donation of man.
There pa mo kan nzuro sugwake.
Oh yes, nzuro among all the items in manage on the pile nzuro. Oh. Yes, because Kia nzuro value half of Kia medai.
Nti ya wo baba zo na yezinza kesema basbahanla. Okay.
So ya ma me momo ba hilili nyeni ba ava mane nadmuma mo ba so ba ava mane ye mun mamo bo so asam ko mo ba wo wadeka because of issue. Yeah, ye club. So let's listen to what our mothers said.
Yeah, because no matter I will be the same one about probably. But I can't make a banche, blana, any baby, Sakani, any baby. Yadea, assembly, assembly, no more support you many more about one assembly. Good trade. Now, that's our subele, no more what you will not answer again. That's it. Why, Jazia Biene, it was a certificate. But Mr. Day, the back of our son of our Sunday show, the photo of the India. It's your friend and boy, I'm here, I'm your guy, I'm missing the cocoa in the name. Patch of a bay. Yet the Andamay or Andas as year. Now, Kerami at the repair. Yeah, Chowa Kuzume.
By Oluwo Brumbuni. Buyer him speaking there, and she did this on behalf of all the Mbambani and Wumbuni Abake, Yamamo, Market Quincy, more Bazizali, and Balinini, Bava Mane, Nadmuma, for onward distribution, and I kept your whole Facebook now making a comment to the area. This one is coming from some of your brace. It says, "Wow, see, you are soliciting for funds, and so you always want to jab my Habeka and Cosmo. How do you expect me to support?" Laughing emoji me Wakenya. So my job should not stop your love for Ainda. That's what Becca Cosmos is also saying me Wakenya. And he says, Bedibonso will make an appearance soon. Exactly. Don't worry. And today's one is coming from Samoko Jobrace. And Samoko Jobrace is an old student of Bedibonso Senior High Technical School, as well as Empress. So just
that's okay. Are the teacher of Bedibonso?
Yes, that's why I'm a proud teacher of Bedibonso Senior High School.
And there's one thing.
In fact, for me, many Bedibonso call because at the point I wanted to, but I had to go to Takwa, and also Takwa so giving me a lot.
Agona Kawaya, even if Sawa ko Bedibonso, na say you know Agona, you have some sort of allegiance to Bedibonso.
Oh yes.
Simply because Uchonwa Miles in school, that's the secondary school more. You all owe allegiance, just that you're the former student. Okay.
Isaac Yankee says the former student of Bedibonso should come together and help make science and math quizzes a priority. So Isaac Yankee is also an old student. So the old student of Bedibonso Senior High School, I'm sure there's the time more you can come together to support your school. In terms of resources, Masba Charlie, these pictures are striking. I'm sure some of your bases are reacting to pictures more equally how Nad Muma being engagedly, Yemon Mama Bazo, Assam Kwawe. And the Assam Kwawe issue, in fact, we want to use our medium to solicit for support for Yemon Man. In fact, it be more better, Bokro, it be more better, Funko, Amadane, and other surrounding communities.
I learned that Biomo Bozon, Shama originally. They moved back to that enclave. Shama and I think Abuisi.
Okay. So these are basically fisher folks more. They had come to settle a kind of more Bedibojuma. And in fact, my major concern has to do with education. And we will engage the Ghana Education Service, especially Hunter West Directorate from the director. Plans more just to bring back to school as well as teachers. But you see, when the incident happened, we met some teachers more. We went to support them, and in fact, some teachers said, "Okay, Scapula, AKS,
back to
they will have the love they are to teach, as some call to teach." And in fact, if some of these things in Banuma ASC, and you could, the Ghana Education or mental health, and as teacher, you need to be in the right frame of your mind before you can do that. In the class now, it will a biller can just wake up and come attacking you there. I think it's a difficult situation for teachers. So may
Rich, answer na yekowie kra no yezon amada nene ye hole Funko.
Okay.
Funko di ovun ya na ke adwo di ovun ya between bezebanwe.
Adwo.
One of them di ovun. Yes. Amama zo ovun ye mfe pa the name ovun. Ye mfe basa. Ye hole kana Rich. How unfortunate ye lo hanes ye kwa ni okay. Track medic amo ye la koni. E koske. Ye jinane I think Puma filling station Abonwa for almost 1 hour. This around 11 nunuma 11. Yeah, maka umojo kwa ni ejike. It got to a point okay pick up me dani. Okay be ye items more by the perishables before kwa mo. Na me ya bia libom na ya bia ho Funko na ya bia ma. We got to Funko around almost 12. Ye holiday some of them were waiting care because the items ma go abo ya me adum ya nwani. Then inti Funko ya said the situation the camera ya woni wo madane ya hole only few people were waiting for us here by man. Rich, in all this let me commend your member of parliament your man me visikuku abisi ubuatin assembly yanya at that moment banya assembly kalio.
Oh okay.
Yes. But you see, a pickup. Can was all pickup more by branded with a
okay,
sticker.
okay.
That was a pickup more, boy. You see, I'm a media po. That was a pickup more, yeah, fully. Nimbambani. Nadmo boss is I need to pick up bucket, you know. Nadmo boss. Hunter West, Nadmo director. Need to pick up a bucket, you know. In a main mobile, madam, pick up simply because pickup is inside the Ikabameniana. Apart from the driver, front seat in the Madale Meniasa is. And that was the only car available. Yeah, some of them so probably Kia track in one in 20.
I think it also comes to the issue of how our institutions are under resource, where they don't have the requisite tools and equipment and materials to work. In fact, NADMO, NASA Bene Kalomo, and I'm sure NADMO is more or less like a response team.
Yes.
Issues be bad. The NADMO, fire service, the police, and these people should get vehicles more that can just convey them to CNA with ease. So it's unfortunate, but kudos to the MP, Iwilizile Carlo, to support this cause. We are calling for support from individuals, corporate bodies, institutions. Mama mo na yebua yemenima mo mo asam komo jukwali nti hoba wa dikabea. The politicians will sit down now. We'll delve into the topic for today. In fact, the President Mahama on the verge of signing a deal with China. China has deal with not less than 52 African states. This new deal, how different is it from the previous one signed by the previous government? What do we intend to achieve from where China says that Ghana can export into their country without any tariff, without any hindrance, and without any barrier. In fact, is this going to help? Is it going to boost export here? What will be the ripple effect on the Ghana's economy? Also, I will look at the MOU more the foreign minister is signing more Sabwa and nurses in Ghana will be asking these questions when they sit down. You pay your bar myself, Empress, customers working, the politicians will join. Then we'll have this discussion. You can still continue to send your comment, like, and share. Now, program is interactive. You pay your car. welcome back. Yeah, there was there Ecuador na Erisha Hen na send a comment na a like na a share. Hi West Coast TV. We are still live on West Coast Morning. We are transmitting live from Agona Enquanta in the ADP board. Now I've been joined by able men from the various political parties, the NPP and the NDC. The man himself, Mr. Dumsen, he's a communication team member for the New Patriotic Party. He's here. The also and Franklin Ifa JC, he's also Western Regional Communication Team member for the NDC. Many are painful. Aquaba.
Yeah.
Obiano he.
Power system people.
Power system people.
If I know my brother, he won't. Now at the rate in your man remove no. If I my move secret no. If I yapon wahade ya. Yapon wahade ya. Charlie. Wanye dem pade a. Mama man sani na heart manka.
So maybe some party more than the NDC.
Oh, Ozikano, Maminchia, Ashafua with Washer, West Coast, and a pay. Na Memfa in Chia Cassina, some Fema, Ghana for Inala, Naminchia, party in Penifo. I am President John Dramani Mahama. Ashafua Washer me say, Betia, Yami Adoma China. President John Dramani Mahama, Kwame Mahama, Oba region. Na Oba beko wakoshe various projects. Efia Kwanta Regional Hospital expansion. Oyo Oba Kati sword from Takrady to Cape Coast road, you know. Dualization Oba Kati sword. The me project under big push.
Okay.
Oyo Obema Nimuso. Na or the aba apmenim hospital no or now the nanny or the bed or the beshe.
The regional hospital and trauma center na welcome from
wash an inch wa beshe inch wide and wash na wa complete. Sena be ya yenu anoma wo a hunter west so one so when ya we move fast na your sisters na your brothers na wa connection schools na no one so we 2 inch wide and when you adwuma na ye. Na me fa nchia no so bi omfema mia me the fantastic MP, Honorable Mavis Kukwa Bisu Boatin. In fact, a Juma, my men or Jeno, a Juma, a broadrenant, so within 9 months, we shall Juma, na, and Tafosia than I say, yet to Abaman when we and Massy. I mean, Chia, a Milwaukee, Holic, a MC, Honorable Ebenezer Edu, Minchia and Papa. Na Minchia, a me party in Penifina, Yenra, Chairman, Stephen Mensah Johnson. Oda na minchia mi amame Madam Modesta Tessena Payne our CEO for Tesmod Ventures.
Okay, Mr. Fa, thank you very much. Mr. Dumse.
Yes, my brother. You are my brother in Christ.
Yeah, be say the diabolic Dumsen.
Oh.
Anna. Also back home. I don't know where you got the diabolic from.
Yeah, see,
but are you diabolic? How is the NPP doing?
We create.
Are you reorganizing?
We create problem to solve problem.
Is it the NPP or so?
Diabolic.
Diabolic. Okay.
We create problem to solve problem.
Okay.
Yes, NPP, we are uniting. Yerba Bejinegwa. That Dana NDC was it that Diane? Wabeji Yerba. Oninti yake wabo today ma yem presidential candidate worko worbontwa da wonto abama ho the ma na sisi yake wabo ma minchi awo ahwefo nkanka MPP fo a wasoma m anope de memmetna na me police station executives from Wali Kruma Zeko Ejema Mimia na me yamake assemblyman ni maminchi ame electoral area CC electoral area ni opinion leaders ni na communities this year na do danko akufado na da roma was a drip machine was a bay. Fuel impo, ya bay 9 months. Drip machine. Nti say echo na say echo kakade o kwana say na in here drip machine na we be so there. Go and deposit your fuel na one bra na one much
Mr. Dimson, I was asking how our party name was. I'm surprised.
No, surprise, you know.
Dripping now, but one as an assembly member, I call you full and you could talk.
Yes, about free tier.
But I think this is what we call the communal spirit, and going forward, the government can't do it alone, and we need to support.
The government can't do it alone, but I call crew like a football. It means coming. I call crew like Achukai and Timwa. In Crawford, they are not up to even 100. Now, I share them quantity will be in scaling. You want that now was a dying. The young Quana say, what by will be in ye. Yamana da woman, aban be a wabbesin trinko, or the drip machines aba. Fuel and suppose we cannot allocate fuel for. Only time I catch on there, but that now was a ben into MPP, woman yen cambo. Nanyam beji yen iguan.
And only Mr. Samuel Doomson and Ete Ninkano. In fact, this was a simple question, but Mr. Doomson. That's what we say diabolical. What's a diabolical? Should be edible fair? Edible fabric. It's okay.
No, sir, are we uniting? Yes. Na ndadano na maka wasem. The masem yereke. Oye hunter was in asem. Oye yin asem. Because eko butri. Eko ehutuma no. Won kwa na ase. Eko utopo won kwa na ase. Mukuma ketenche adano ekwan sei oblocky. Ebinum wo fa won ka from wo fa usidwa ba akete ba fa ketenche ba abwade. Ekwan na say the only alternative route was the young kwano only them na say enyen na yen fofo na yen fo mbotwa kwano da bentu da bork no mo wo the masemi.
Okay, so Mr. Doomson, let's start from Mr. Ifa. The President Mahama has announced the Ghana and China have reached an agreement in principle to grant Ghanaian product what we call zero tariff access to China, the Chinese market. What do you make of this under the current government? How different is them deal from previous ones? The NPP Aban, the Ghana Kum.
The difference now is there is a leadership for Ghana. That's it. And you see, Ghana as a whole, answer about Ghana as a whole, economy no, Ankasano, or Ankasano be yardring say, Ghana economy no, Pepen Sue Ejina ye. Because in the ocean, first nine Ghana for in a race today, $7, I don't know, from 18 Ghana cedis, you see, I'm going say 10 point something. Atia into Usha a good year inflation rate a quarter could do 55% and I'm bread and bois in 2022 in Bray far a year a guano 22% and the menocas inflation at 4 until you was single they get what inflation and to share on my no economy then a booming and the rise emo na a cheap crown on a ton more than 600 Ghana cedis and they 3 point something. Maize and yet on 15,500 no, and they are 300 less than 400 Ghana cedis. And yes, maize in there a broke to Kubako. I challenge you go to a Grand Quanta market and check. Yes, a broke to Kubako. It's less than 400 Ghana cedis as it stands now. And in a leadership. And to show their president Mahama now. Of course, China say yes. Ghana ye crying my idea then. Ye de China. Minimum in Yaman ye de China no. A toa a China banded to Sona Eden, Osusun. Into honor as a president, or the dwatwa kotwa China or president no no need nkomo no president mama o ye credible ki de kire wo man ni nia na wa ye nkakra nkra gusu a wo ye nti yeyi zero tariff che say when you to biala eden eda so nti me no ka say wo ye most especially the man do e be benefit yen textiles industries no because more of you tied the me man ye de ko China nti ndem no ka say e be booming textile industries na mana we tum wa ye adwuma mo Ghana ha na wa han pro nkrofo no wa ye den wa ye adwuma and the man di won say wunya leader or ye committed leader or ye trustworthy leader amana aman ni nya wo hwe no me no ka say me twem ho afi won ma ba me no ka say onim say Nigeria na some countries wo sua how Ghana ye good board and because of good board nti yen currency no why den Nigeria for su sua yen nye bibia because of President Mahama na dwempa na wo hwe ni ahokeka odi buman nti a wo ye den won so ye wo sua on mi di ni say president bia betum akọ China ne wa keka say menzemba me de ba okurum no a year of 0% what we offend and tariff wo dabi insida I just say president or trustworthy president China ban no betum den ho ato no so say yes me ade we am akan metum ma trust president no enti enije kese a aboman mu a oman ba no biara wo dey den o mena enije ende me no ka say me ma me mu a mo hwe me WestCoast TV me sister for mo hwe me ne etene de na ye de yen tam na yen wo fenden ye aduane tomatoes na de me nia ye de ko abrochi amanone a na ye de ko China buying or the two or the then or the two because of other two so nti emana yen companies na adina wo ye the means emano we adwuma no cost of living na then ekosoro ndem no ka say President Mahama on the nkrofo na akasa men there was we two biala eda so bia we afiso nti ndem no ka say ye de yen tam na ade ye de ko China e free nti ebema na we yetum the main industry we yetum employ more na adwuma no so na eden akosoro no man no so eden akos aman no so akoso for Ghana and mesre say ye hear more me brother you offended Richard right Osha President Mahama and the country ben obekoso ya or the proposal be kwa country no be reject how would be how would extreme country ben has a stance na President Mahama bekoso ya or country no be reject because nsem biara o kan no man nimu no ogusu a oye de oye 9 months within 9 months ogusu a oye ne first no kan say I'm a President Mahama me make sure say business is a collapse no so once most especially exporters for no that is importers me no can say importer biara or Ghana ha biara no na neje across board because at first no na ebia Toyota Corolla engine obetuma aton no obetuma akoto no bia 35,000 Ghana cedis no and then because of intervention of President Mahama administration no they made the same engine obeton 15,000 Ghana cedis because dollar no first no cost some $1 no ya 8 or so up 18 Ghana cedis and somewhere to my then $1 dem no ka say o se san e just on ya 10 Ghana cedis enti at least kwa no cost na then e bia finish so na oni ma dey efe the more cost na e bi finish no onya sika or this any business ni mo the more onya sika this business na business ni tumpon no na the more all employ more Ghanaians na wa atumo then wa ye adwuma nti ba ne sa na oman nankasa ni mu nipa no won ye den etom ma Ghana so ye den etumpon onim say the more ni business so na obusam at least this year wa he it is better than yesterday and I'm brother mbwa fuel price and yeton under President Kufuor at the time no nye the same na yeton this year and at least it is better than yours dumsi no betum aka chem zende wala da no ka chem say wo chop money kura wo yima oyere no and what so because fenka no na ediban oto na no bo ediban de what so dan kura na wo ka chem say o so den sister back on femba enti de meka che on say aban no ye nia ye mboa na Ghana inye yi na ye yi amina ba no nia ye ho be de ebeton mbeda o ta mo wa ba me hu na
hu de pa
ende
Brukutu kukuru was 1,500. Ne what on a Brukutu kukuru 3,300 Ghana cedis. Why? And what is them specie? What them on there one shot. Na today ehu wiade ehu krofo. Nti asem biara oba to wenum na kan. If nkrofo retail agro contact market. You wia. Let's go to agro contact market and show me where a Brukutu kukuru is 300 Ghana cedis. And I'm proving to you that you are lying. How about tonight radio kesi? When we were leaving a dollar to you, NDC, dollar was 14 Ghana cedis. 14 Ghana cedis, 72 pesos. If you don't know, you don't know. Don't come here and say there, dollar. And right now, as I'm speaking, dollar is 12 cedis. Okay, dollar could do 10 cedis in fact. That big. Dollar, I know now. What's this? Dollar 10 cedis if why? Mama, the way a nice gentleman. Mama party no room. Na aza was the boss small. I show me na and back can be being good when you must say because or channel the master me hacking. On the network 24 years. Uma from my neighbor can be. Mama put a macaron there. If